Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today on this episode, I wanted to give a real quick review of the brand new Z-Man ChatterSpike in the ElaZtech lineup. This is a bait that was specifically designed to be used with the ChatterBait system. So like a ChatterBait like the brand new ChatterBait Elite Evo. Great option for it. Really all the ChatterBaits on the market, this is going to be a really good option. That's what they designed it around. And essentially when I saw this thing to begin with, you know, when they sent me the first prototype, I was kind of unimpressed, to be honest, because I was like, okay, why are we creating another segmented straight tail design that's pretty much similar to the Razor Shads? So the Razor Shads was the original segmented tail chatterbait trailer. Okay, you got those three segments here. The biggest difference right off the bat is that the ChatterSpike doesn't have the tail design on the back. So I was a little bit perplexed when they sent me this prototype because I thought it was too similar to the Razor Shads. But once I started fishing with it, I started to realize that this really has its place in my chatterbait arsenal. In fact, it's quickly become one of my favorite chatterbait trailers, especially for clear water and cold water situations where you want a more subtle presentation. And so the first thing that I'll point out is, number one, you know, the segments on this bait are more, you know, a little bit more thin cuts, and they go diagonally. They're not like real super deep, you know, towards the spine. They cut in this way. So there's not as much range of motion as, say, the Razor Shads. There you could see big, deep cuts. And, you know, you see, we'll kind of illustrate this with, you know, holding it horizontal. Look at how much more the Razor Shads moves, okay, than the ChatterSpike. So a lot of people, they want a ton of action, you know, with any bait that they have, so maximum action. But honestly, the bass, a lot of situations, they want less action. And that is proven with techniques such as, you know, moping or demiki or Ned Miki or you know, the spy baits. All those baits don't have a lot of action because bass in certain situations, especially clear water and cold water, want a bait that's a little bit more subtle. So that's what the ChatterSpike really does well. It's a really good profile. It's got, you know, it's a pretty meaty profile overall. It's got a lot for the keepers to you know, stick onto on a chatterbait. So it stays firm pretty good, really good, actually. And of course, it's made of ElaZtech, so it's really durable. What I like to do is I like to add a little bit of super glue to the keeper on a chatterbait anyways, and that thing's not going anywhere. But overall, when I started to fish this bait, I started to realize the benefits of it because it has a very nice kind of subtle fluid action that is engaged by the chatterbait blade, the action and the vibration of the chatterbait blade. By itself, like if you threw this on a spinnerbait, it's not gonna swim at all. It's not really gonna create any action. So you need something that has a lot of action already, side-to-side action, to really engage that tail. But that is, I think, the beauty of this bait. I think most of the baits out there that are segmented tail designs have too much action for the clearest and the coldest conditions. You know, those times when you want something that really just has a subtle swimming action, just like the baitfish in those scenarios. So the ChatterSpike does have a really cool action to it, and overall I think it's great for a lot of situations, but mostly those that I just mentioned. Other than that, it's pretty simple. But as simple as it is, they put a lot of thought and testing into the development of this trailer. So they obviously wanted something that was specifically for having a subtle swimming action, and they really achieved it. You know, they really designed a good segment design that allows for, you know, a nice subtle tight side-to-side action or swimming action. And I think they knocked it out of the park. Now, I haven't got to fish it for like a year yet. I've only fished it for the last, I think, you know, 3 tournaments. of the season. But when I started fishing it, I was definitely catching a lot of fish with it. And it also has the size that is really conducive to be fished with the majority of the chatterbaits out there on the market. So, and one of the other things that I really liked of the color schemes that they've put out, a lot of them are the same as like the razor shads, but there's also a lot that, or some of them that are a little bit different, like this one right here. Z-Man does not have a chartreuse back and white belly trailer in any of the other trailers that I like to use. And so this is awesome to have a trailer that matches, you know, a white and chartreuse chatterbait so well. So that's another thing that I really like that they did when they introduced it. So anyways, guys, the ChatterSpike to me is definitely a trailer you need to consider trying, especially during the coldest months in the clearest water. That's kind of where I see this thing really shining. But overall, if you're looking for a subtle trailer that looks very realistic, definitely give the ChatterSpike a try. So anyways, guys, just wanted to review that. Let me know what you think about the ChatterSpike in the comment section below. Other than that, I'll see you out on the water. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and trust the process.